All right, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the second game of the boys division of the 2027 Canada Winter Games playdown in Nova Scotia. Good morning. I'm Jane Flynn Burton, and I'm here with Craig Burton today for your first commentated broadcast of this event. Are we excited or what?
Good morning. Absolutely. I'm excited. I know that. Here we go. First rock.
The teams did their practice and they did their last shot draw challenge, and it looks like the team throwing red got the hammer, which is Team Lay. This is Team Peori delivering their first rock. There's that famous Mayflower Curling Club curl, which this team will know very well since they represent the Mayflower Curling Club.
Okay, you guys watch these.
It's diving, and so these curlers are U18. These are young juniors, and all of them throw great rotation, and it's still curled like that.
Yeah, typically on a beat night, you gotta get
Gavin Pike throwing the second from the end. Following it down closely to help the sweepers judge the weight. These teams both played a game yesterday as well. This is an 8-team round robin playdown to get to 4 teams making playoffs. And as of right now, Team Lay is 1-0 and Peori is 0-1. So they're both looking to improve the records today early in this round robin.
I think to let you know there's a game again at home. It's arena seating for each open bar and what bar is open. As well as a kitchen.
Well, I like the decision that was just made on that hit. So they watched the, I'll call it the outturn for the righties in the crowd. They watched that outturn curl right past it. So he switched to the intern, and that gave him a look at how that one ran, and also was successful in removing the rock. So that was a pretty good movement there.
Set a little bit out.
Not enough of it, a little rattle.
Yeah, so was able to help curl over enough.
You like it home? Yeah. I don't dislike the draw. But he's
Teams are trying to use this first in. That was Charles. Team Lay is from Chelsea. A lot of famous curlers curl, just like they such good quality from Nova Scotia. Scott Rico recently won the mixed provincials representing Nova Scotia Masters Nationals. So he brings a lot of great experience to this team as a coach. Everything was melting and allergy season is back. All right, we're just attempting to come around this tight guard. Working the carve on this one. It's a beautiful weight. That's a great question, and I don't know the answer. Makes so much imagine that they are. In fact, you know what? Wait a second. I correct myself. I do know that they are. Yes, they are being timed. I don't know how much time. I think 38 minutes probably.
Same thing? Yeah. Same shot. Yeah.
This one's taking off. And got it right on the beak. All right, so Team Peori is just going to try to come around that one. This is Skip Charlie Peori.
Charlie was at the Olympic trials earlier in the year. It's got nice. His team photo is a picture of he and Brett Gallant.
Oh, that's nice. A lot of Brett Gallant fans in these parts. Maybe he was.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say maybe he was one of the future stars, the future star program.
Looks like he might have been. Now, a little miss there. Get an opportunity for Team Lee here. Braden Lee to hark one behind this guard. See if they can find their button weight here. Sweepers are backing off though, looking a little warm.
Oh, he's nice and tight to that guard. It just needs to slow down.
Yeah, just a little bit strong.
Yeah, both skips got caught in that same track.
Yeah, once you put a rock or two down that path, it's gonna jump a full second. At Mayflower, it does change rapidly, and it changes quite dramatically to full 2 seconds or so difference in the timing of rocks, depending on the time of day.
Well, I don't know if weather affects the ice conditions, but today it's kind of dreary and chilly and damp outside.
I have to go get my stopwatch.
This one's taking off quite quickly.
Yeah, this one looks like it's all over the guard already.
They almost might want to try to get over the other side of that guard, but
I'm not sure why they were
not
sweeping it for
quite.
straight. I think that was an unfortunate break.
Well, he did do a really important adjustment to his weight. I think his weight was really good. Something went awry with the line, and sometimes that's a challenging thing to do. If you throw your first one right through, often your second one's quite short, and that one I think would have landed pretty comfortably full 12. It was a good weight
Looks like
adjustment.
there's a signal here for a timeout. Coach is calling a timeout here.
Okay.
Coaches have the opportunity to call timeout in junior play from the ice. I don't know how many timeouts they have. That was a very short one. So that was just a little bit of coach helping him out, saying you don't need to make it difficult on yourself, just need a piece of the house. So take some ice and throw a draw, which is what they've done.
Sweepers look pretty happy with it. Line's pretty good. Well, that is
And we're going
good
to
for
stop.
2.
We'll be right back for the second end. You can hear me now?
I can hear you now. Hi.
Hi. My mute button's not working.
The teams have had their conference with their coaches, and now the coaches are moving their way down to the other end, and the teams are getting ready to start this second end. The score is 2-0, Team Lay over Team Peori at this exact moment in time, but it's the first end of an 8-end game. So we'll see where we go from here.
All right, plenty of time here. Yeah, there's no panic. You don't need to make it all up one end. So
Oh, sorry, I said that backwards. Team Lay over Team Peori. Apologies.
it's early. We need more coffee.
It's early, and we're the first commentators for this event, and I'm very sorry, dear listeners.
Working through that.
We're gonna get better. Well, what they would hope is that, oh, is he going in with this, or is he throwing a guard? If it's a guard, they would hope that it would be touching the center line, but this one's going to slip right in,
It's going right to a T line with this.
which is a great call when you're up 2. But it's still, look at it, curled all the way over to the other side of the forefoot, and he all kinds of ice. All right, and Team Peoria looks like they're calling a hit.
Wow, that really
That really took
took
off.
off. It was just kind of backline weight so it was maybe a little less weight than they had hoped, but it really curled.
Yeah. I think they could have even considered throwing a corner guard at that point.
Agree. See, at this point you're trying to get two. You want to get two, so you want to generate some offense right now. It's a good way to do that is to get a couple of corner guards up. Unfortunately, looks like we're
This one's going in as well.
yeah.
Looks like. Callum Bates is the lead of this team. Done with his rocks for this end. The team is asking their skip to give them a little bit more ice. They're cognizant of that big curl, thinking it might show up again here. And there it goes. Holy smokes. Oh, there's that corner guard I was interested in. It's a usable shot.
Yeah, there we go. See the center guard come up. Protect that play in the forefoot.
So let's
All
see.
right, now
He was over there on the edge of the 8-foot, and this rock has a lot of rotation. That's great on ice like this. See where it
look at it
lands.
bend. Look at it walk across the top of the house.
Yeah, that.
It's a good spot.
Yeah, that's not. Skip's not unhappy with that one. That's nice weight too. Okay, if my sheet is correct, this is Ryan Roberts coming out for Team Peori. Bend, 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 bend. Ah,
Yeah.
too bad.
Get a little bit of weight, and they won't run straight on you. So it's that frustrating point as a skip trying to figure out where the inflection point is. At what
Yeah, frustrating as a thrower too, because he did look like he threw that really nice.
weight he did.
His weight was good, and it just didn't walk over.
So for those listings, the what you'll see with rocks and ice like this, when you'll see how much this draw curls with this kind of weight. If you put the weight up a little bit more, like hack to board weight, they'll tend to run far straighter, and they can't surprise you when you think they might bend 2 feet. They would bend 2 inches.
Well, that was a good shot by Charles Kreeser, right on line. Maybe a little tighter than the skip called it, but if I'm a skip, I'm pretty happy with that. I like keeping rocks in the house when I'm trying to force my opponent to one. Make them the opponent's problem, and that's what they've done here.
Yeah. Team Peori is going to have to try and chase to open up the forefoot here. They're going to be. You want to have at least a shot for the shot for one on your last. That's a very nice.
That was a great shot. That really unlocked everything. And now that forefoot is pretty open, which is something as a skip you're happy to see when you have last rock.
Yeah, much better looking house.
That really good shot.
Charles Kreeser here for.
No, I think we're on third. Are we in third? We're on third rocks, I think.
This in third rocks now? Yes. All right. I'm sorry. Jason McKay.
Jackson, yeah.
Jackson McKay. I'm sorry. Need more coffee.
I think we've already covered that topic. It's nice weight control too. And, I'm going to enjoy watching Jackson because he's a lefty.
There you go. Starting to get 15-second hog-to-hog times on these rocks. Top of the house, so it's nice and keen.
Looked like a pretty good release.
Try to
Brody McMahon.
carve it. Curling it over a bit.
Oh, he almost got the
Curled
back
it
one.
too much. Oh yeah, they overcooked that one a little bit.
Yeah, he almost got a different double, not the one he was looking for, but another one. But that's okay. He got rid of that one that's blocking their route with their draw. Boy, I just cannot get over how much this curls.
Okay, we're gonna have another coach's timeout here. Just a little strategy session.
All right. Well, just like how Team Peori had their little tete-a-tete with their coach, now Team Lay. Wait, geez, I'm doing this backwards again. Team Lay did that, so Team Peori is consulting with their coach, Andrew Paris.
I think they came up with the right call to peeling the guard at this point. You need to have a shot at the forefoot.
You need to have a shot at the forefoot. Yeah, when you've
Getting that one at the back isn't really going to help you out much.
No. That was really good advice.
You might have managed to talk to them about some gold line products at the same time. You never know.
All right, Skip Braden is settling in the hack for his first of this end. Just watched a lot of these guards come down.
Nice shot there.
All right, so Charlie's going to, again, try to just get rid of this one that's blocking his way to get his one at this point. Maybe he gets a little flip behind that other one and somehow can manufacture a deuce, but I don't think so. It looks like it would be too high. Again, I almost just got the one at the back. They've missed maybe 3 doubles just by a whisker. And I don't know if the doubles are really going to help them, but it is a nice little kind of morale boost to see the other
It
team's rocks go flying out of the house.
is true. That is true. Yeah, well, Charlie's gonna be thinking right now, draw in the back of his head. So you gotta be looking for your draw path to get to the 4 foot right now.
Yeah, I guess he's probably hoping this one over curls, so he still has that in-turn draw to get as much of the 4 foot as he possibly can see. Um, Otherwise, if it sort of lands around the center line, he's maybe having to go wide around that tight one with the out turn, and that
Yeah,
looks not that enticing.
no, that's not gonna be as fun.
So we'll see what happens here and what decision he's going to face. Well, that's a good position
Yeah, it
by
really
Braden
is.
Lay.
Yeah,
So yeah, he's going to have to throw this wide out turn, which you don't love to see, but at the very least, get out to it and you can cut them down to one and then regroup to get your deuce next end.
yeah, yeah. You can certainly get full 4 foot with this shot. It's just fresh ice. So
Yeah,
how's it running out here? It's a little bit of a guess.
hate to have that as a guess with your when you're facing two, but that's why we pay the skips the big bucks, so they say.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this one's starting to take off.
Oh dear.
Gonna be problematic.
Yeah, this is
Darn it.
unfortunate. Yeah.
He did put a little extra weight on it too, probably thinking what you just said about it being fresh out there. But unfortunately, the ice failed him. And so that will be a steal of 3 for Team Lay.
Yeah.
And now they're going to have their little coach conference, and we'll be right back. All right, we're back. We're sorting out some technical difficulties, but we're getting it done. Now we're back at this game with Team Lay delivering the first stone. They stole a few points the last end. So this is Callum Bates throwing their first in the third end of this 8-end game. This, again, just to remind you, is an 8-team round robin between these boys teams representing clubs around Nova Scotia. They're all U18 The top 4 will qualify for playoffs where there's a semifinal and then a final, with the winner going to the 2027 Canada Winter Games representing Nova Scotia, taking place February 27th to March 14th in beautiful Quebec City. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little jealous about that. Quebec City is gorgeous and a great place to curl as well. And that was a great takeout by Gavin Pike, the lead of Team Peori of the Mayflower Curling Club. But unfortunately, it's going to make Braden Lay happy because he's happy to keep this end clean. So he's going to ask his lead, Callum Bates, to take this one out as well.
All right, back with you. Sorry, a little technical difficulty. I think I had 2 microphones going there. So
2 microphones.
I think
That's
we've
great.
cleared that up.
Twice the Craig.
Twice the Craig. I think we're good now. I don't hear my coffee cup anymore.
Okay. We're all sorted. It's a good hit and he rolled out, but you know what? If you are Team Peori, or sorry, Team Lay, you are probably not that unhappy about that because you just want to keep this clean and hold your opponent to 1 this end is your goal.
Yeah.
Comes Gavin Pike with his second of this end.
Yeah, with the 5 rock rule, it's not always easy to protect an early lead. So
That's true. Sweepers worked hard on that one, but it just did not
there.
get over that hog line, so it has to be removed. Charles Creaser throwing the seconds stones for this team from Chester. Just a very tight guard. I think they had called that in, but a very tight guard is workable as well.
Yeah.
All right. Ryan Roberts coming here for Team Peori of Mayflower Curling Club. This one's curling a lot too, but if they leave it as a guard, it's going to be something they can work with. The way this curls, you can definitely get around those 2 rocks using the in-turn. All right, here we go. So Team Peori is opting to hit this top red one. And unfortunately sails by everything. So that's going to give Team Lay a chance. Well, I mean, if I'm them, I'm going to just probably sink another one in there with that in-turn.
I think so. You get 2 guards already, so it's coming around right on top, right where his
Pretty
broom
good
is.
setup. I mean, I guess another thing you could do is throw another guard, but again, you have You turn around and look at the scoreboard, and you would love
Yeah.
to just keep it nice and simple and clean, and
Yeah. Don't
hold your
don't need to
opponent to the
complicate it.
one. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really does come around nice around this outer edge. Often at clubs, you see it runs a bit straighter that way, but this has a nice curl coming into it.
Yeah, it really does. Very nice shot.
Yeah, now Team Peori is again in that situation where they're like, okay, we got to make sure we're going to have a shot for at least one. Manufacture a deuce still if you can, but at this point, you just want to make sure that you have a means to score. So he's going to see if he can clear both of these guards. It's Brody McMahon throwing this one. Just changed up the angles a little bit.
Yeah. And a team lay is just going to put that guard back up.
Yeah, and if you're team lay, you do love having the opportunity to throw the same shot every time because you know where to put the broom. Everybody knows the weight that you're hoping for. It makes it a lot easier to make the shots. No
Sure
guesswork
does.
involved.
That's for sure. It's a little heavy. Looks like it may come right down to these two in the house.
It's exactly what it did, but that's a pile of granite there
Sure is.
that
All
they're
right.
looking at on Team Peori's side. So
See a little bit of a
see what Brody can do to unlock this.
sweeper's working to keep it straight.
Well, that's a good throw.
Yeah, got them all moving. Got
Improved
rid
the
of one
score.
of them
Yeah,
and
and he
improved the
improved
yeah,
the scoring area.
sure did.
Looks a little bit better at this point, but we'll see what happens after Braden throws this one.
Yeah. Braden comes around and puts one on the top of the button behind the guard. You're in a bit of trouble here if you're Charlie Peori, I'm afraid.
Well, sweepers are working this one, and this is coming in quite nicely. Now they're just dragging it back, knowing
Yeah,
that it
a little
wasn't
deep.
going to stop. But this gives a. Oh, I think I feel
Mm,
like if I'm Team Peoria, I'm going to throw that draw at this
I'm
point.
100% with you on that. You chase them down.
Well, I mean, while I have it available to me, I think I might take it. So we'll see what they decide to do. They look like they prefer to peel the guards. Oh, here comes
Yeah,
Andrew.
yeah.
He's
I
saying,
think
wait a second, let's have a little chat.
like say
Throwing the draw now is the only chance you have to score two, I think. Peeling the guards kind of signals that you're happy to take one, which you'd prefer two over one at this
You
point.
definitely need two over one. Yeah, one isn't helping you at this point in the game. Down 5. Yeah, I think, yeah, follow him down, put one right on top of the button there. Give you an opportunity for 2.
Well, let's see what they've decided now that they've had their chat.
Hmm. Okay.
Okay, they're doing something different altogether.
Okay, I'm not exactly sure what they're doing. Do you know what
I
they're doing?
don't. I mean, it does curl really hard. Do you think they're just trying to like punch it back with kind of like a backline weight?
Yeah, that's probably my guess as well. Just to create a pocket there.
I don't know. I'm a fan of
Oh,
that
they're gonna
in-turn draw.
really have to go hard on this. It's really curling. They're gonna get the guard anyway.
Okay.
Well,
So
unfortunate.
now the bad news is that Braden Lay is going to probably try to go top 4 with his intern. I would think that
Yeah,
that's what he's going to do, or even top 8 or even top 12. Like just block off that draw path there.
yeah, I'd throw the same shot I just threw, but maybe 3 feet shorter.
So what he is talking about is splitting that guard a little bit and trying to take away both sides.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't think you
Yeah,
need to do
you're
that.
up. You don't. You're up
Yeah,
5. You got 3 in the house. I think you just put one top 4 foot in
just
front of the one you just threw, and
chop it off. Yeah.
yep. And there's
Doesn't even need to be top 4, even top 12, just even just a little
sure.
farther than that guard that's there. But
Yeah.
hey, what do we know? These kids
What do
have
we
great coaches and we don't.
know?
I'm sure they know how to make good decisions. I wish I had some great coaching like this when I was in juniors. Boy, I tell you, the coaching program here in Nova Scotia endlessly impresses me.
Gonna hope none of your junior coaches are listening.
Well, I didn't really have any. That's what I'm
Oh,
saying. It was us against the world back in those
yeah.
days. Okay, so let's see what he's doing here. Looks like he is carving it. He's trying to do some kind of a little split.
Yeah, tapping this one into the button area. All right. Well, that's still a pretty good shot, but you left the whole intern side open now.
Yeah.
Again, choice.
I mean, he still has a very small scoring area to deal with.
Yeah.
It's not a great thing to look at if you're Charlie Peori, but it is there. It is possible.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that he makes it. I'm cheering for him right now.
Yeah.
Make this one. No, don't carve it. No, no, no.
It's gonna snap.
Oh boy.
Oh, here it goes.
Yeah, that's. I think the sweeper hopped on it for weight,
I think so. And
and
unfortunately,
unfortunately, it wasn't going to make it.
uh,
No additional damage done, though, I don't think.
that's a steal
However,
of
it
4,
is a
though.
steal of 4. Oh, that's too bad. Now that was the exact right idea. It's, at this age, just like knowing the right shot to throw, in my opinion, is huge.
That's true. Execution comes with practice,
Yep.
but yeah,
Yep. So huge props to them. They played that end as well as they could. They left themselves a shot to score and just unfortunately didn't close it out. But again, that is huge and also very impressive and a testament to the great coaching that these young curlers receive.
yeah.
So if you are in the area, the Halifax area, and want to come and watch, there's also a girls division, which starts today, I think. Um, you should head on out to the Mayflower Curling Club in Timberley. It's a beautiful 8-sheet facility just opened this year, and it's got great viewing. Craig mentioned earlier that stadium seating that you can see behind the glass at the home end. There is a catering service where you can order some delicious meals. It's really a great curling experience. So if you want to get in your car and come out and cheer on these young curlers, I know they would love to see a good crowd there. So it's a good way to spend a few hours on a gloomy day here in Halifax.
That's for sure. And the kitchen is excellent. I'm gonna give a shout out to the food at the kitchen. It's always great.
Yeah, the service is awesome as well. Comes Gavin Pike with his first.
Gavin s- struggling with these interns and the over curl on them. Unfortunately, we've seen that a few times today. It's a lot of curl out there.
Yeah, and Charlie may have chosen a hit in that situation since the opposition's team rock is sitting on the button. But at this point, I mean, I think you're throwing a lot of draws if
I
you're
think so too.
throwing yellow. So maybe a corner guard would have been a good idea. I was once told that you should just think about what does my opposition not want me to do, and I think if you're Braden Lay and you're trying to keep it clean, you don't want them to junk it up. So you know
That's
what?
for sure. Put the
Junk it
guard
up a
up.
little bit. See if you can get an error or two from your team, and then maybe generate a point or two for yourself.
That's the way to do it.
Okay, let's see what we. Yeah, he's going to call the hit again. He is kind of just pointing that intern a little. So
Yeah,
that's
he
another
is.
thing with some experience is you kind of pick that up from your player and, maybe try the other turn,
Mm-hmm.
see if that's working better for them.
Yeah. Yeah, he's struggling with that intern.
And when you're playing on ice like this, some ice will let you get away with a little tiny indiscretion with your release like that, but not this ice. It's,
Not,
once
no.
you show it the way it's going, then it's going to go. So unfortunately, he's just turning it the wrong way for this ice
Yeah,
surface.
just a little bit.
And Team Lake continues to just clog up the center line.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like they found their weight and found the curl early.
Team Peori is sticking with this intern side.
Yeah, I think at this point I might be switching strategy and trying to loop a couple of rocks into the house.
Well, again, they moved some granite. They
They did.
opened it up a little bit. They still have a tight view of the button. And now at least the guard up there is their own, so they could possibly use that later. This is Charles Creaser trying to just loop this one around. They're hoping it stops above the tee line. And it does. That's a pretty nice
Very good.
shot.
Yeah. Gonna try a little hit and roll here.
Yeah.
Get something working.
Okay, this looked a little tight from his slide. See if he got it out there with his release. Well, maybe if they whoa, they might get a thin double. Oh yeah, the Al Hackner.
There you go, the other way.
Good shot.
Yeah, that's gonna work for you.
That's for the highlight reels. All right, Jackson's being asked to remove this one. It's going as well.
Yeah, even with that rotation, you can see it's going, but they're able to manage
Hold
that a
it.
little. Yeah.
All right, now I am loving an out-turn draw here, and that doesn't look like what Charlie's looking at.
No. Just yeah. Plant one straight in front of that one in the 4-foot, right behind the
Yeah,
guard. Yeah.
yeah.
I
You've
think I
got
like that.
guard. You've got a something behind you.
I think right now it's just a little frustration focused. Just
Possibly.
eliminating red rocks, I think is.
Yeah, it's possible. Well, that was a good shot. That was a lot of weight.
It was. But I think that just gives Braden a chance just to drop another one where you maybe wanted to put your rock if you were Charlie Peori. Just draw one right in front of your own.
You know what I found from the commentating that we've been doing lately is it's so easy from here.
Oh,
It's
of
just like,
course it is.
just drop it there, no problem. But it's a very difficult skill-based sport, and you know,
Yeah,
doesn't
because you
always
what's
work
going on
out.
in your head, right? Where, but come up with I think the right call here and see how he does.
I think events like this are just so amazing for experience for the young curlers. And like we just talked about in the last end, if you're making the right shot choices, the shots will follow.
Yeah, that's definitely
Um,
true.
so making the right shot choices is really something to be celebrated, I think.
Yeah, this is a really good shot.
Just freeze right in there.
Yeah.
Do it. Oh, he's looking to maybe tap his own up. Why is he playing a run back maybe? I don't hate playing it with tap if you're going to do this. Like if what you're hoping is to get this guard out of your eyesight, just play it with, backline weight and you can punch it into the house.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
pick
well,
that one
hey,
out.
a little bonus.
Little bonus. Got rid of an opposition rock there and move that guard over. But now I think that your opposition is just going to replace it.
Yeah.
So it looks like Braden is calling a like a 12-foot sort of a.
Yeah, top 12 looks like tight guard. Don't be unhappy with a really tight guard here. Yeah, again, and if you team Peori here, there's a whole outside turn of the
Yep.
house open to you. So there's lots of room to get 2 rocks. So your scoring 2 is still on the
Still in
table
play.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Just gonna loop a nice draw around your guard. Gets tough though. You have to ignore 2 rocks that are almost biting the button to
Yeah.
do that. But again, that's how you're gonna get your 2 here.
Yep. I think you are exactly right. And again, my little saying that I say is make the other team make their shot. So even if just tease them a little and they try to take it out, maybe they jam. You got to
Right,
also
exactly.
remember they have to throw too. So
Yeah,
do something to make their life a little bit difficult.
yeah. He put one right about where he's got his broom right now, just on the button, top of the button, and let let Braden make a choice. Maybe he tries the run back and
You
misses
know,
that. All of a sudden, you got a shot for 3.
maybe he thinks he can get there with this turn, and I'm not going to say that he's
Ah,
wrong. I
I'm not
do
either. I'm not throwing
I,
it.
I do prefer
I'm
the
not
other
biting.
term, but there might be a reason why he's
Exactly.
calling it this way, but it does curl a ton.
It does. I think I'd be playing the out turn or the counterclockwise turn myself, but
And if this
that's
is a draw, like he must be throwing heavier than a draw if that's what this is, because that doesn't look like enough ice for
I
like
really
T line weight.
agreed.
Don't you wish we had microphones on the players so that
It
we could,
would take some of the guesswork out of this.
yeah. Hurry, 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 hurry.
It's looking a little warm though.
Well, I think that might have been the
Oh,
point.
oh dear. Okay, curl it, curl it. All right.
I mean, I think that was the idea. It just didn't snap as hard as he was thinking it would. Or
Yeah.
maybe he threw a teeny bit more weight than he was planning to, but I think he was trying to rattle those around a little bit. Yeah, unfortunately, he shrunk his scoring area again with that
He
because
sure
he
did.
kicked the top one a little bit closer to the pin.
Yeah. Well, all right. Thinking if your team lay right now, I'm again. I'd be tempted. They're really that only shot right now. We just saw the intern not work. That out turn is still wide open there. I think I might be
Yeah, throw a
throwing
top
one.
12 over
Yeah,
there.
exactly. That's looking pretty juicy.
And then what you've left your opposition is the in off of their own over
Yeah,
there on the 12-foot,
yeah. I'd really like that,
which
but
is a tough shot on very swingy ice.
so we're gonna elect to take out the yellow, which it's not a terrible call. Again, it's a rock in play that could potentially score. So this is not a
I don't know if it's as much as that it can score as much as that it was just a pretty usable rock. for
Yeah,
the
that's
other team.
it's no
Again,
usable
a
rock of the
very
other
hard
color,
shot.
but
Don't get me wrong.
yeah,
Like, Brett Gallant could have made that shot.
yeah,
I don't know if I call it every day, but it
right.
was
I
there. So,
It was, but I think if you're going to play that, you peel it off. Now you've just changed the color of it and left the same shot for the opposition.
yeah, you're not wrong. But still, nobody's looking at the outturn draw. So
Nobody's looking at the outturn
either
draw.
it looks better to us than it does to them, or they just haven't remembered that there's another side to this sheet, which is an easy thing to do. Like, you get so
It is.
focused
You get
on
focused. Yeah.
what's happening on one side that you forget that you could also
Yeah.
use the other side.
Oh, they're going to
Okay,
have to
this
go
one's
hard on
already
this.
going.
Oh, dear.
Unfortunately, this looks like it's going to be right on by. So
Oh,
that's another steal
yeah.
of 3 for Team
Steal of
Lay of the
3.
Chester Curling Club. Unfortunately, for Team Peori of the Mayflower Curling Club.
And we're 12 nothing after 4 ends for
Yeah.
Team Bradenley.
So nobody likes being on either end of this kind of scoreboard, let's be honest. It doesn't feel good to be up this much. So I wonder if now we see Team Lay just starting to, they're going to throw some shots that help them get comfortable with the ice, comfortable with the lines, work on other, like, their communication, some other things, just to, oh,
I think we're going to have handshakes. Yeah.
or they don't have to play anymore and they're just going
No.
to shake hands. Well, that's an unfortunate outcome for Team Peoria, but I do hope they take some positives away in that they did make some good shot choices, and the shots just didn't fall their way today.
That's true. Yeah, their strategy was really sound. I really thought they called a good game. They just unfortunately didn't execute very
And
well.
they came up against a team that was just playing
Oh,
superbly, and
hot.
that's
Yeah.
also hard when you don't get a break at all from a team
Yeah.
that's really on their game. So, good game to watch, and I hope the best for both of these teams as this round robin progresses towards declaring the 2027 Canada Winter Games Nova Scotia representative for the boys division. And thank you for joining us and putting up with
Thank
our
you very
technical
much.
difficulties. And
Yes,
I
we
hope
worked
you
through
enjoy
those.
some more games this weekend.
And remember, please come out and join us. The next game is at 3 o'clock at the Mayflower Curling Club. Come out, have some food, have a drink, watch some great curling. Have a great day. Thanks for joining.